I can tell you how many times I tried to wake up earlier in the beginning of my 20s. It's a real struggle when you need to wake up early in the morning before the sun comes up, and it is especially difficult when it's winter time. The weather is cold, the sky is dark, and it can be very depressing. These feelings might be familiar to you if you are watching my video right now, but somehow you decided that you would like to start waking up earlier. Some people say that no matter how hard they try, they won't be able to wake up earlier. They self-justify themselves that they naturally born like this way, and no matter what kind of efforts they try, nothing will be changed. They are not able to wake up. Here is something that I need to tell you right now. Waking up is definitely a skill which can be learned, and this is not something which was born with us. So how can you finally master this skill and ready to wake up earlier every morning? As I mentioned to you, you need to understand first that waking up is exactly working like other skills. Developing a solid plan, paying attention to the key factors, and staying consistent can enormously improve your waking up skill. Before we get into the details what I would like to share with you during this video, let me emphasize how I like to approach waking up. I like to believe that waking up can be separated to two different phases, the planning and the action phase. In the planning or the preparation phase, I like to focus on all kinds of things which can help me to fall asleep easier because it can support my early morning wake up next day. On the other hand, the action phase will be about directly the waking up. I can ease my job waking up and not laying back to my bed and feel myself already energized and ready for action within a few minutes. I think it's working like a puzzle. If I try to pay attention to all kinds of pieces, then it can increase my chances to stay awake in the morning. Now let's start with the preparation or the planning phase, where I would like to introduce you a couple of actions which can help you to ease your job in the morning. Tip 1. Develop a sleep schedule. This is the most common mistake that people tend to make, including me in my past. Back in the days, my sleeping schedule was a complete mess. I woke up and fell to sleep every single day whenever I wanted. Some days I played games online until midnight, and other days I was already too tired that I fell asleep around 9 p.m. Now I completely understood why I was tired all the time, because my body was not able to adapt such a sleeping pattern. And this is exactly what you need to understand, that you can't go to sleep anytime when you feel that you want. You must think forward and develop a sleeping schedule which fits to your current lifestyle. No matter if it is weekends or work days, you need to go to sleep and wake up every single day at the same time. This simple rule will help your body to adapt a natural sleeping pattern which can help you to feel yourself more energized and easier to wake up in the morning. Furthermore, always pay attention to sleep at least 7 or 8 hours a day. Nowadays, people like to brag about the lack of sleep that they had, but this is exactly the worst what you can do. Even if you are fully committed to proactivity, the amount of sleeping hours is definitely not the part where you would like to save some time. Tip 2. Don't consume too much caffeine. Caffeine is considered as the most consumed psychoactive substance around the world, which is a natural stimulant mostly found in coffee, green tea, or energy drinks. Based on the science, 400 mg of caffeine can be considered as healthy for adults. However, it is more reasonable to drink around 1 or 2 cups of coffee every single day, which gives you around 100 mg of caffeine. If you feel that 2 cups of coffee won't be enough for you because you are a caffeine addict like I was, then at least try to consume all kinds of caffeine beverages 6 hours before your sleep, as it can decrease the disruption effect of caffeine. Shortly, set a limitation and don't be dependent on caffeine even if you feel that you can't give up on it. Tip 3. Turn off electrical devices. Smartphones, televisions, tablets and computers. All kinds of electrical devices can affect your sleeping quality, especially if you are checking their screens continuously in the bed. First of all, the lights of these kind of gadgets can send signals to your brain that you would like to stay awake, which is absolutely not true, especially in the evening hours. When you are preparing yourself for sleeping, I think this is exactly something what you would like to avoid. Secondly, it will be more difficult to switch off when your brain is continuously receiving pictures about your friends, funny cats, or hilarious videos. Even if it seems to be a good idea for relaxing, the opposite will happen. These kind of actions won't help you to fall asleep and finally switch off. I must admit I made the same mistake not long ago, but after I challenged myself and I tried the 30 days of no phone before bed challenge, I was able to finally give up on this harmful habit, and nowadays I like to fall asleep without these kind of devices. Anyway, if you would like to get some taste what other benefits I have experienced after this challenge, then feel free to click on the screen and watch my previous video about it. Tip 4. Pay attention to your room. Paying attention to the details of your bedroom can also help you to wake yourself up easier in the morning. Lights, positions, temperature, all these kind of conditions have an influence on how you will sleep at night. If any of these will disturb you, then you will feel yourself tired in the morning, and this is what you would like to avoid. So what kind of conditions you should consider before you fall asleep? For example, you can consider the temperature. It is easier to fall asleep in a bit colder environment because our body temperature will be changed when we are ready for sleep. Based on the research, the most optimal temperature to fall asleep should be around 15 to 23 degrees or 59 to 73 Fahrenheit. Other factor what you should consider in your room is darkness. Some people like to fall asleep when their TV is on, however, this is something that I don't recommend. I have already explained the science behind the screens of these kind of gadgets, so instead of this, try to fall asleep in complete silence and darkness because it will support your sleeping quality. To sum up, as you can see, there are many things that you can do in the preparation phase which can increase the likelihood to get a good quality of sleep. When you get a proper resting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, I guarantee that this will be significantly easier to wake up earlier in the morning. Now let's move to the second part, which will be about the action phase, where are also many things what you can do. Tip 5. Place alarm clock far away. This simple tip can be very useful, especially in the beginning when you are still struggling to wake up earlier. Most of the people can wake up to the sound of their alarm clock. However, it can easily happen that we slap off the device and fall back to sleep. I know it's a silly tip, but you need to understand that it takes time to adapt your new sleeping pattern. Just please don't mess up all the preparation what you did yesterday and try to be patient with yourself and stay consistent. After a few weeks, your inner biological clock starts to adapt the new sleeping pattern, and it can easily happen that you start to wake up by yourself without the alarm clock. Tip 6. Let your room wake you up. By tip 4, I have already mentioned how your sleeping environment can support you to get a good quality of sleep, but it can also help you to wake yourself up easier in the morning. First of all, the natural sunlight and the fresh air can help you to wake yourself up immediately. So next time when you get out of the bed, rush to your window, pull the curtain and also open your window and inhale fresh air. Try to enjoy the power of the moment in the morning and try to get yourself energized and prepare yourself for the day. Moreover, smart homes became very popular in the recent years, so if you're already living in a home like this, then you can program exactly everything for the next morning when you would like to wake up earlier. Tip 7. Drink green tea. After you wake up, it can be an excellent idea to start your day with a cup of green tea. First of all, it can be a great energy booster like coffee, however, it has other benefits like it is a natural stress reliever, it can prevent diseases and health problems, and it can also improve your brain function. Lastly, a cup of green tea already after you wake up can ensure to have plenty of water in your body, and hydration is definitely something which is essential to feel yourself energized. Tip 8. Do some exercise. It might sound a terrible idea if you are still struggling to wake up in the morning hours. However, If you overcome on the initial difficulties and keep going, then morning exercises can be the best way to stay awake in the morning. And simply, you don't need to overcomplicate anything in the beginning. Try to do some push-ups or jumping jacks next to your bed. These kind of movements will help you to increase your overall energy level, and it can also kickstart your metabolism and other functions in your body. Later, when you get used to these kind of exercises, you can start to develop your own morning workout plan. Nowadays, I still love to exercise 3 or 4 times a week after I wake up, as I find it interesting and exciting to start my day productively. I truly love this feeling, and it can help me to set myself to the right mood and prepare myself for the daily difficulties. Tip 9. Take a cold shower. My last tip, which can be part of your daily waking up in the morning routine, is a tough one, and this is taking a cold shower. Sounds even worse like exercising, right? I must admit that I have tried to implement this habit to my life a couple of times in the past, but I can say that right now I am taking only cold showers for a year. In the beginning it can be a horrific experience, but as you keep going on, you start to notice all the benefits on yourself what you can get from this few-minute ritual. Personally, it helps to clear my mind, feel myself more energized, and it can also help me to slightly decrease stress and anxiety. To sum up the whole topic, as you can see, waking up earlier in the morning is undoubtedly something which can be learned and practiced with the right knowledge and actions. Even if you feel that you are not able to wake up earlier in the morning, if you start to pay attention to the tips that I have shared with you right now, I guarantee that this will help you to improve your waking up skill. After a few weeks, with the help of these tips, you will start to develop your own productive morning routine, in which the first step will be the waking up earlier in the morning, and you will notice that it is not a difficulty for you anymore. So that was all, and if you enjoyed the video, as always, please don't forget to subscribe, share your thoughts, check my other videos, and see you next time.